Just here at sunny Port Melbourne. Third day of winter, I think, but very cold and miserable. This is our site. You would have seen some walkthroughs, but today's just a bit of a chat about what's going on. Front hoarding here, we've got some signage to go up at some point. We've got our logo and main details. That's a full banner across the front. We might put that up just before we hand over, but we'll try and get that done a little sooner. But yeah, come on through. Got some work going on here with a bullnose roof. It's been taken off and roof is coming on Wednesday to replace all that. Nick's about to head off overseas. He's doing his last masterpiece class. We've got Flynn over here doing his best work.
That's right.
All beanies on today, come through. Yeah, front bedroom, the subfloor in the whole front part of the house. We've pulled up and re-stumped and played around with subfloor levels, dug out the dirt, minimum 150 under bearers. This room, in the sparkies and plumbers, new gas line or provisioned gas line and water lines through. And Remy and Flynn are putting flooring down now. We're insulating in the subfloor. New windows for the front of the front facade, and there's two matching houses here where we picked up some cues from the windows next door. So they're traditionally built around the original styling. In these front two rooms, we've got air conditioning built in above bulkhead units in the joinery. So there's robes here, and above we've created some black plenum boxes in form ply. And they house the equipment. And in this one, we've got a feed with one unit feeding back into the main living area. And on this side, we've got a unit that's just climate controlling this room. Built in, the bulkhead plaster comes around and returned. And we've got a nice solid oak grille that sits over the main joinery that ties in with the ravine oak face. So that's coming along. New pendants going in here. Yeah, there's mirror image in this room. We did create a pocket opening through here. There's a kitchen on the other side which has got joinery, but we actually brought an excavator through here. Remy had the job of driving that through. So some of these areas are getting reinstated. All the subfloor got pulled up for that. So quite invasive sort of access through, but it meant a blind site, very tight access and difficult spaces. Got the old SN70 here, which is, I think, moulded to my hand grip there, but the old framing gun that really knows how to punch a nail. I've got the little offset gauge here for shooting in 50mm ring shank nails. A bit of a leak in the hose there. Come on through. Vaughan doing his plumbing stuff here. The whole subfloor here, all been played with, dug out 150 under bearers, all the new services going through, kitchen area in behind you, kitchen wraps around three sides. I've got roughings there for water for fridges and cupboards, wastes for aircon duct, aircon condensate lines. Two raked roofs and a flat between them. And we've got we then go from the main subfloor through to the concrete slab, and that's all battened off. So set up for a 45mm batten with horseshoe packers under, and we've got a rammed nail fix. So that's all getting packed up, and we've got the one level through now. Windows are all in. We've got integrated shoji screens on these three sides, so there's timber tracks running through that just sit in above the window line. We've got a 40mm drop down in the main hall here, and that the shoji tracks here run from wall to wall, and the hall ones run into them. So there's 4 screens come through here that can come through and shut off the hall, but give you that break and ambient light through from the light court. Behind you is a main bathroom. This whole wall through on the main hall here is going to be in a decorative panel, so it might be like a slatted timber. Pivot doors open into these spaces. We've got a shower in this area, a vanity, toilet, pivot door, highlight windows, the skylight going in here in the next room. As you move through, we then change to tatami, so there's traditional Japanese tatami through here with an offset, with the offset shoji track. Again, right through here, the feature wall with the pivot door opening. In here we've got a laundry, very tight little space. Lots of intricate sort of plumbing. We've clients gone for copper rough-ins rather than the plastic rehow. That's sort of an upgrade, but nice seeing copper work. Joinery on this side, washing machine, dryer, vanity, small cupboard area. Tight. I think the whole site's been very well designed. We maximising the space available, and this central sort of deck light court providing light into the space, and really maximising the site. Come through, got a study in here, another pivot door. There'll be joinery on the side there with a desk and overhead storage. And then on this side we've got covered robe sort of cupboards for storage, extra depth. Pivot door again, shoji's running through here, tatami through on the main area. This is our shoji tracks which have been run at the factory. There's an offset of like 65, which just gets you out past handle lines on the main doors. So drop ceiling lines, everything lines through at the 40mm. And then when we come through, actually that returns on the side here. We're down the master bedroom. There is a cavity slider that pulls out of this pocket here. So it's hidden in the wall, comes across. We've got corner infills in the same timber material as the windows. It's actually an aluminium composite with timber grain printed on it. So we've got a mitered box section on both corners. Through here, given this is a bedroom, we've got blind pelmets. There's a little sketch here. So we've got a black melamine blind pelmet, and the blind sits in there, misses the handle. And then we've got the shoji track, and then we've got a build out that goes back into the window. So that track runs right through for the shojis. And then you've got the blind pelmet in the window here and another blind pelmet above the top. So being a master bedroom, you can block off the light and sleep. And you obviously got the shoji aspect. So a lot of integration, a lot of build out. That's all sort of take place now. Main joinery on that wall is all robes in the ravine oak again. And then there's that grille section through the top. So we've got the plenum in there too with the aircon, and then plastered in above. Yeah, and then we've got a site meeting going on here. Yeah, with
I'll put a tile here.
yeah. Dwayne's telling everyone how it is. Yeah. And we've got
I'll do that.
we like to focus on our electrical cables and make sure they look their best. We won't be roughing them in. We'll be having them fully exposed, just so Dwayne gets to showcase his electrical. With a glass panel over them, maybe.
That's right.
This is master ensuite. We've got Japanese bath, very high and deep with a seat in it. And then there's a Japanese setup there with Western sort of showering above, and then lower seated showering. And then vanity behind us. And then Toto toilet cubicle around the corner. Got recessed areas for the vanity shaving cabinets, which sit in here. And then cantilevered vanity. And then in behind we've got obviously where the shower is. We've got the niche, recessed areas in there for niche, tiled niches which will be tiled in and around. The bath's got a stone top and tiled up, but very, very compact, tight spaces, but well sort of considered and great utilisation of space. Very tight site. We've obviously got the racking in place just to try and store things and still be able to work here, but it's it's a challenging site with being able to store things and get materials in and out and work. They're the pelmets we brought up today. So these have been made at the factory. They'll get screwed up here, but they're the black pelmet boxes which the blinds drop out of. So that's happening. And then on the side of the house there's a service area out there. Plumbers are here today doing external some sewer and stormwater work. And then roofers here later this week finishing off skylights and downpipes and sort of connecting up roofs. So that's the update. Thanks for watching and thanks for filming. Yeah, talk soon.